Deerinda Lowe never saw it coming. A semi-truck ran the red light and plowed over the top of her car. The 18-wheeler barely missed her head, but practically severed her arm. Her legs were caught underneath the engine. The car literally collapsed around her, trapping her inside.
We could tell right away that both of our arms were broken, and we knew at least one of her legs were broken, possibly the other one. Plus, we was pretty sure she probably had some internal injuries to go with that. It was a pretty low percentage on whether she was going to make it or not. It was definitely life-threatening injuries.
Rescue workers tried for 45 minutes to get Deerinda out of the car. Finally, she was life-flighted to Methodist Hospital in Indianapolis, Indiana.
It was very grave. I mean, she had lost a lot of blood when she first came in. You know, the fractures that she had were all very serious. And then when you throw on top of it that she had all these injuries and all these other lacerations and tears in the skin, she had a ruptured spleen and a ruptured liver. She was in a very, very serious condition.
For 2 weeks, doctors tried to put Deerinda back together. She had to be resuscitated twice and suffered a massive stroke. She had 7 different surgeries, but remained in a coma. Doctors offered little hope for her survival. Derinda's mother didn't move from her daughter's bedside, and even though she wasn't a Christian, she begged God to save her life.
When I first woke up, the only thing I remembered was of seeing God. I was on the stairway of heaven, and we were standing at the bottom, and God was holding me in his arms, and I was held like a baby, and I can remember just hearing the voice behind me talking to me saying, you know, it's okay, you're fine, you're safe now. I knew that it was, God was there. I just knew it. I did not see his face, but I knew he was holding me in his arms. I knew he had saved me. I needed it. I was never saved. I wasn't a Christian. I never knew how to actually ask God to forgive me for all my sins.
Deerinda had a long and hard physical recovery ahead of her. She remained bedridden at home for 3 more months. She had to learn how to do everything again.
I was just so scared. I just thought I would never walk. And I had a physical therapist at home that learned, they worked with me and stuff. And so I learned to walk on a walker. And then on the 24th, they took the walker from me. And I was walking on my own. They were watching me, and I just couldn't believe it. I was crying. I was like, oh my gosh, I am walking.
Deerinda has surpassed all expectations for her recovery.
They said that I would probably never use the right arm ever again. They didn't know for sure if I would ever walk right again, but I do walk, and I do use my right arm.
A lot of times we see patients with bad bone and joint injuries, but to see somebody with this number of bone and joint injuries and the abdominal injuries that she had, the belly injuries and the stroke, to have come back like this, it's really phenomenal. It is an exceptional recovery, absolutely.
Even more than a second chance at life, Deerinda is thankful God saved her for eternity.
There is a God out there, and he will listen to you if you want to talk to him and have him come into your heart. I'm lucky that I'm here and I got a second chance, that I did not die, and then I got to accept him into my heart, and he forgave me for all my sins.